everyone, welcome back to How Ines Rolls. I have Paul with me, so we are doing another grilling video, and what are we making?
London broiled barbecue sandwiches.
It's kind of a go-to meal for us on the barbecue, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it used to be like a weekend thing. Every weekend we would do it.
And we're gonna show them how we do it.
Yep.
So Paul's gonna get the steaks ready. While I'll show you when I went to the nearby store to pick up the London broil and just some tips.
Some gluten-free buns for tonight. And I wanted to tell you that if you can get London broil for $2.99 or less because it's on a sale, that's a good buy. Look at how much less that one is. From 13 to 4, and then we're gonna do 2. So that's $4.59 as well. So good price, good meat. Can't wait to have dinner. Oh, as he wants to show, he got some cosmic brownies.
While wasn't that pretty neat to see? Just like what the really good sales are and how cute Ezra is as my shopping buddy. So what I've done now is just cleaned up potatoes. I'm just gonna cook all 5 pounds of them because we're gonna have leftovers, so we'll just eat them the next day. And I'm gonna use this time my trusty mandolin. Now I have a funny story. I taught a cooking class, what a surprise, to some Boy Scouts. And my oldest son was in it as well. And so I had out all of these tools, mandolin being one, and I asked all the boys what these were and what the names of them were. Of course, my son knew that this was a mandolin, and I was so excited. So this one is probably not like the top-notch quality, but it works. And a lot of times I just like chopping by freehand those potatoes down because I just like doing that. But this one is pretty neat. I think it was like $30, $40, and you can see that it has some different grades. So if you're gonna do like potato chips, I would definitely use a mandolin to cut for potato chips. But being that these are fried potatoes, it'll make it go by much faster for sure. So we're gonna get those seasoned and on the grill.
He is just putting them right onto the grill, and he like his other videos, he loves the Traeger brand for seasonings. Pretty generous, right?
Yeah, normally if I'd like to put it on an hour or two before.
Let it absorb a little bit better.
Yeah, but it'll be fine.
So if you can do that, that's probably best.
Yeah. But we're gonna cook it kind of low and hopefully let the meat open up and accept the rub or the seasoning a little better. Not even really rubbing it in, just sprinkling on top.
So while Paul is working on outside on the barbecue, on the meat, on the London broil, I'm gonna get started making the fried potatoes. So let's bust out that mandolin and get started. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil first, and I do all the cutting into the pan. So totally easy. Hear it's starting to sizzle already, and I probably filled this a little bit too much, but that's okay. We have plenty of time since the steaks are on the Traeger. It'll take about an hour or so, or maybe 30, 45 more minutes. So I've got plenty of time. So I'm gonna just put some salt and pepper, but I'm also going to put some of this veggie rub that we've gotten and have had. I like it a lot. So if you see that, that is gonna be some good stuff on potatoes. So let me put that on. So while those are cooking, I'm just gonna be flipping them every so often. I kind of want them to get extra crispy and almost burnt on the bottom. Not really burnt, but you know what I mean. I have Ezra here, he's going to help me. I had some cupcakes in the freezer, and so he's going to frost them for me for our dessert. So I'm gonna be using some of them for my preschool class tomorrow. So we'll save half of them for the class and half for our family. So he wanted to taste it to make sure he liked it. Do you approve? Yeah, it's good. So I got rainbow chip because we are studying colors and rainbows this week for our preschool class. So I thought that would be a fun thing. Don't worry, I'm gonna get him a different knife for putting the frosting on the cupcakes. Do you like being my helper? Yeah, it's fun cooking in the kitchen, don't you think?
Yeah.
So I had those, I had leftover cake mix, and I don't know why, but we just pulled those out of the freezer. So that's an idea, huh? People can make a bunch of cupcakes, put stuff in the freezer, and then just pull them out when they need them. Do you think the kids will like the rainbow chip tomorrow?
They'll love it.
I think I will go help him now because there's a lot to do. They are looking so good, also the cupcakes, but these are getting a nice little brownness to it, which makes it so delicious. But Ezra said it makes it very loud. So all of our meal is just moving along right now. So what I'm gonna do is just make some very easy barbecue sauce. Now, if you've been around here for a bit, you know that I've made this a few times. So this is my mother-in-law's recipe, and it is 3 ingredients to the yummiest barbecue sauce ever to me. So I'm not a fan of huge smoky flavors. My husband isn't a fan of mustard, so he can always taste that when it's in barbecue sauce. So this only has Worcestershire, ketchup, and brown sugar. So if you can remember half, then you're gonna be just great. So I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup or 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. And just kind of eyeball it too, because sometimes I put a little bit more or a little bit less. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want it to be close to it. And then I'm just gonna give that a good whisk, and then I'm gonna add the ketchup and then do the same thing. Totally easy. So the next thing I'll add is a cup of ketchup. So now I'm just going to add in the ketchup. So easy, you guys. And if you've tried this recipe, let me know in the comments if you've liked it or not. Makes having barbecue sauce very easy to do in your kitchen for a party, get together, or just for your own family. And I'll even add it into an old like ketchup bottle. You can see I was a little low, so just gotta replenish. It will keep for as long as you have it in the refrigerator, really, a couple weeks, month or so. I probably wouldn't go after too long after that though. And that's not usually an issue at our house anyways, so this is good for our family, and I hope you like that too if you use it. Look at those potatoes. They look so good. And you see like how it's like really brown. I love that. That's like my favorite. So these are done. I'm just gonna let them, just gonna turn off the burner part, unplug it, and then put the lid on. That should keep them nice and warm until it's time to dish. How are they looking?
Well, let's check.
Let's check. Ooh, yeah. Wow, those look so good.
Yes, they do. I think I'm happy with these.
All right. Now, do you need this?
I will, yes.
That would be a meat thermometer. See how cool that is? It's got like the temperatures of well done and medium and all that good stuff. So awesome. And Paul just sprayed it with some apple juice to give it some more juiciness, right?
Juice.
We like the juice.
It basted a little bit.
Oh, yes. Where are we at?
In the backyard.
I know. I mean in the meat.
140.
So how much longer do you think it'll be?
I'm guessing 25 more minutes or so.
Okay. 25 more minutes? I'm hungry. So we're nearly done with the meat. So I thought I would get going on toasting some buns. And we love putting provolone cheese on them to melt them down. I also got some gluten-free buns, like I've already said, for Paul. So I'll start toasting those down for him as well. So normally we eat dinner at 4:30 as soon as Paul walks in the door. it's getting closer to like 6 o'clock before we're eating, and I'm like, I am eating like a normal person dinner and I'm withering away. No, but it is taking a little longer, so just plan ahead if you're going to be making some grilling. Just plan ahead on your time frame, so that way when your guests are there, when your family's ready to eat, everything's on the table. So let me get this on and into the oven they go. What was that?
So that's really good.
That was really good. Look at that, you guys. He wants us to let it rest, but I'm like drooling over here. But you know what I really like about this Traeger grilling is that it almost has like a reddish color to it. Is that because it's partial smoking?
Yes. Yep.
I think it looks so much more delicious.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
Yeah. London broil is typically a meat that you don't want to cook medium well or well. You normally want it like medium rare to maybe medium at the darkest, but we don't eat our meat that way, so that's not gonna work for us.
No. So we're just gonna, after this, let it sit for a couple minutes. We're going to thinly slice them as thinly as possible and serve them up. I'm gonna start bringing out the buns now. So we're now ready to eat. Paul is chopping them up, and let me show you some of these plates. I can't wait to eat. Look at that, you guys. So easy, right, Paul? I mean, like, you just plan it ahead of time. So we used to have this, I think Paul was mentioning it, every Sunday after church. We all knew what our job was, and mine was always to fry the potatoes, and he was always to grill the meat, and my mother-in-law did something, and my aunt did something else. I think she helped clear the table. So good. Jonas, what do you think?
Good.
Did you take a bite of the sandwich? Let's see. Oh, look at somebody here. Oh, wait, show us what's inside your sandwich. Just cheese. What?
He's a vegan.
But that's just where he's at right now. So Paul, now gluten-free buns tend to be a little bit thicker on the top, so I try to cut down a little bit for Paul.
Oh, okay.
Hey, barbecue isn't clean.
No, potatoes are really good.
Oh, thanks. Jonas, did you eat some? He's got a big bite. Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
It brings back a lot of memories. One memory that sticks with us is we made that lunch right before Ines gave birth to our second son, Kobe.
He's 17.
He's 17 now. And right after she gave birth, she sent me home from the hospital to go get some fried potatoes and a barbecue sandwich for her.
Because I was too nervous to eat anything because I was going into the hospital to be induced. So, and you're not supposed to really eat a whole lot anyway. So, but I was starving afterwards, and I'm like, I need that meal ASAP. It was so good. So, as you can see, it was very easy to do. I would love to hear if you are loving these grilling videos, or even think you would try this one. It was so good. So
it was good enough that I texted my dad just a few minutes ago to tell him how good it was.
We are a family that loves to share the barbecue love.
That's right.
So thanks for stopping by. Give this video a thumbs up. If you're new around here, please subscribe and stick around. You just never know.
Well, Ines will be rolling out next.
Never know. Bye, guys.